was keen to have it, not only for my sake, but also actually to help everybody out of this together.
And one of the reasons, for example, that we have a law that says you must wear a seatbelt is not just to protect the person wearing the belt, it's that if you don't wear a belt and you have a high-speed crash, you go through the windscreen, you might hit somebody else.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, that can happen. So I agree with you.
And also...
What was her best mark for you when you were doing Strictly?
I don't think it was very
She was a bit harsh, wasn't she? Over harsh.
I tend to have forgotten all of that.
Ask her some killer questions later. Get your own back.
Well, just to get some
stick
revenge.
it to her. Absolutely.
Maybe that's it, isn't it?
And in the book, I mean, the detail is just fascinating. You say that every now and again, in this mile swim going under in these subterranean caves, flooded with water, you'd surface and you'd sniff, you'd smell, because you knew that if you could smell the boys, you were getting close, but that smell could be a good result or a bad one, because you could either be smelling living people or you could be smelling their bodies. What an extraordinary way to find human beings. So, as well as anaesthetising them, you also basically strapped them up, so they were rigid. Yeah. And then you would put the breathing equipment on them and begin the journey back, which I presume would take, what, 4 hours?
2.5 hours underwater, and then, yeah.
So once you got the first boy out in the fresh air, he's alive, he's okay, it's worked. Was that the point you thought, actually, we can do this, we can get them all? No, you're kidding. Viggo Mortensen.
Viggo Mortensen is playing me.
That's something, isn't it?
OK, let's kick off with this green list. We're going to get changes announced a bit later on today by the government, which I say the green list, but I assume by definition that means if there are changes to that, there'll be changes to the amber list and changes to the red list. And one of the changes is rumoured to be that Portugal is going to come off the green list and either go amber or red. We don't know. We don't know at all, actually, but that's the report. Do either of you have any faith left in this traffic light system? Because I'll tell you, I don't. I mean, Malta might be going on the green list today. How long for? 10 minutes a day, you know? What is the point of having a green traffic light, right, which implies that you are safe to go to this country, if simultaneously government ministers, all of them, constantly say to you, yes, but we'd rather you didn't go? Yeah. That's a bit like sitting at the traffic lights on the road, isn't it? And it goes green, and a copper says, I'd rather you didn't actually cross the lights, Mr. Madeley. Stay where you are.
Absolutely.
Joanna, the good doctor is saying that you're not stupid, and of course you're not, but you're completely wrong. You're just blinkered. And he makes the point about polio, which is mandatory. To protect society. Can you not see the parallel?
Take a call.
Well, you know,
take your phone into the toilet.
It's a British tradition to read on the loo, isn't it? You know, people take the newspaper in or the book. That's a tradition, and it's certainly the case. That's why I asked you the question, and I know it was a yes from you. I would take the phone in if I wanted to read something,